Well, I know he's at least 10
Ooh,
years older
God,
than
he's
I
still
am.
smoking cigarettes? He must be 80, not
In the
90
show.
years old now. Clint Eastwood? Yeah, probably. Okay, well, we're back on. We had a technical difficulty. We were just getting our equipment broken in, and unfortunately, one of the operators hit the wrong red X. We lost the whole last show. But for those of you who didn't get to see the last show because it was erased, I want to do a little recap on this. I have had some people calling in this last week. They had some questions. They wanted to know what I was talking about. And they also want to know about my power stick down here. My power stick, at the end of the show, after we get done talking, if I were to have this power stick back, we would blaze down the rails so fast that video can't keep up with us. So that's why I wait until the end of the show to really hit that thing, because we got to make up for lost time just because we're talking. Now, did you get a chance to see that power stick? All right. Well, we actually, we are an educational show. So those of you who cannot understand what this show is all about, I'm afraid that you're going to have to change your channels, because this is truly educational. We want everybody to be able to take something out of our show once we have gone off the air. We picked up Mr. Facebook again. Mr. Facebook was, well, that was, looked like somebody put a penny on the track. Mr. Facebook was kind of making disparaging remarks about our sponsor, Advanced Realty Premier Properties. And he was bothering everybody in the back of the train. Twitter, Twatter, Boxer, Stumble On. I'm starting to know their names. Dig. He was saying bad things, and then he was bothering people. He wouldn't shut up, and so we had to get him off the train. Well, we're coming back now. It's been a week, making the loop, and saw him out there on the platform. He was down on his knees and crying and begging to get back on the train, and he promised that he was going to make a public apology on the show today. All right, now, hopefully that helps people understand what the show's about better. I basically said nothing about nothing. If you pay attention to the show, you will figure out and you will be able to determine what the underlying theme is to the show. So, Mr. Facebook, even though we really didn't want to have him back on the show, he has agreed to talk to all of you today. Oh, the hat? Shit. You know what day it is in Kansas? It's Groundhog Day. And you know what? I grew up in Kansas. Carry on the tradition. And you know what we have for those groundhogs? Guns. We love groundhogs. Anyway, Mr. Facebook, would you like to be able to spend just a moment with our people and have maybe a educational conversation with them, since this is an educational show?
I'd love to. I want to apologize first to the sponsor, Advanced Realty. I meant no harm. You won't find any record of this anywhere for those of you who don't know how the government works or corporations. But I want to teach you about something that's important to me that Advanced Realty has told me. It's called product placement. It's very important, highly lucrative, and it's one way I make my money. Can you see this?
Oh, okay now.
Okay, so it is educational. This is product placement.
Yes,
and
you're right, it is.
This also makes me happy. But for $10 a week, I'll put damn near any beer can in this hand anywhere in the world. Or that one. But always make sure you always have your beer cans close at hand, just in case emergency comes up, like you get dropped off in the desert.
Yes, I
You
was.
would do that.
I know that after we dropped you off last week, that there was actually really nothing out there for you to eat or drink. And what would you recommend as an educational, perhaps survival skill for our folks that are watching?
A cooler and a lot of ice, and a lot of natural ice.
Okay, here we go again. By the way, how much do you get paid for all that stuff you do?
$10 a week, plus tips when I'm on the train, giving tips to ladies that are big, fat.
Hey,
Watch out.
we're coming up to a rough part up here on this. We got a pretty tight turn. It's about a 90-degree turn. For those of you who don't know what 90 degrees is, I recommend you turn your station off right now. But it is getting close to the time when we have to say goodbye because we've got to hit the old power stick down here. But I just wanted all of you to continue to send in your calls, your emails, your blogs, because we are building something here, and next week we're going to have a very special guest for you. So until then,
Hang on.
Oh,
You're going to hurt yourself, man.
God,